This with public transport halted due to the country's lockdown.
It's 9:01.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
KLEK 102.5 FM. Good morning to you on your Monday. It's May 11th, 2020. This is Community Conversations. Kato Wonder is in the studio with you. I'm still filling in for Quabila, but joining us today, we have a very special show for you today. We have Mr. Charles Stewart. He is the chairman of the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame Foundation, and they are doing something that is very wonderful for the community all over the state of Arkansas. They are providing grants for nonprofit organizations that are helping those dealing with the current COVID-19 pandemic. So we're going to just talk to Mr. Stewart today to learn more about the foundation and more about the grants and how, if you have a nonprofit organization, how you can apply and get some of that funding. So how are you doing today, Mr. Stewart?
Good morning. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much.
All right, so Mr. Stewart, let's just kind of start off with just tell a little bit about yourself and about the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame Foundation.
Well, as I said, my name is Charles Stewart, and I am the founder of the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame, one of the co-founders of the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame, and this is our 28th year for the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame, which is an annual induction ceremony where we induct African Americans who have Arkansas roots, who have attained national and international acclaim in their chosen fields of endeavor. And we have people inducted, like Johnny Taylor, Neo, Morris Hayes, who was the band director for Prince, scientists like Dr. Oliver Baker, and it goes on and on and on. And so this, as I said, this is our 28th year for the Black Hall of Fame, and it is a fundraiser that provides money for the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame Foundation. And the purpose of the foundation is to support organizations throughout Arkansas that are working to improve education, health and wellness, youth development, and economic development in black and other underserved communities throughout the state of Arkansas.
Okay, so Mr. Stewart, why did you feel it was so important to start the Hall of Fame to recognize those achievements from African Americans in the state of Arkansas?
Well, one of the things that I knew was that there are a lot of people from Arkansas who have done some amazing things and that we didn't know about, and some that we knew, and some that many that we did not know who had Arkansas connections. And so it goes back to Arkansas and Arkansans for a long time had an inferiority complex about being from Arkansas, but Arkansas is a great place, and a lot of great people have come out of here. And so we thought it was necessary to correct the omissions of history a lot of times, that people in Arkansas were feeling bad about their roots. But there's a great heritage here, and so we wanted to show that, and I think that we've done so over the last 28 years, and now we have people from all over the world who have Arkansas connections that are contacting us and saying, well, did you know I was from Arkansas? And so we're inducting people every year, and then people exclaim, well, I didn't know they were from Arkansas. And so we're just very proud to be a part of helping to recognize these outstanding individuals.
Okay, and how does one actually get nominated for the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame?
Well, we have a website, arblackhalloffame.org, and if you go on that website, there is a link to nominate. And so people who think that they know people, or they themselves think that they should be inducted, then this is the opportunity to make your case by submitting a nomination to the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame, and it would it's a relatively simple. It tells who the nominating party is, who you're nominating, and why, and you have to give the justification for the nomination, and then you have to include supporting documentation. So it's a package that you would put together and submit to make the case that this person deserves to be inducted.
All right, and that's definitely very good. Maybe we can get some nominees from this neck of the woods. So let's transition into now the grant proposal. So let's talk a little bit about the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame Foundation COVID-19 Relief Initiative.
Right. Well, this year, actually, the Black Hall of Fame we have made the decision, last year, that this year we would not make grants available to the public, but that we would invest back into our own organization. As I said, after 28 years, there are a lot of things that needed updating. We just recently updated our website, and you go on the website. We've gotten a lot of compliments on the website, and it thanks to the design group who redesigned it and rebuilt our website for us. And so that was one of the investments. And then we have exhibits, 2 exhibit galleries in the Mosaic Templars Cultural Center here in Little Rock, and we've run out of space. And so we needed to invest in technology and to exhibit our displays for each of our honorees. And so we now are building a touchscreen technology that takes us to a whole nother level in the exhibit space in the Mosaic Templars Cultural Center. And we also are investing in the redevelopment of the Mosaic Templars Cultural Center exhibits. They are doing a $3 million renovation of the exhibit space on the first floor of the Mosaic Templars Cultural Center, African American Cultural Center, and we are sponsoring one of the exhibits called Community Leaders, and so we're investing in that. So that had been our decision, that we would just reinvest back into our own organization, and then we were planning a sustainability and a succession planning process. And so those were going to be the investments. But when we saw the effect that this pandemic, COVID-19, was having on the country, and then particularly on African American and other communities of color, we knew that we had to do something. We had to react. We had to respond. And so we developed the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame COVID-19 Relief Initiative. And in that, we are putting, we initially seeded it with $25,000, and we are raising an additional $25,000 through a GoFundMe account that we set up. And the program has received, such a great response, and we were invited to submit an Arkansas Cares Act grant proposal, and so we are hoping to be successful in getting that funded so that we will have significant dollars to put back out into black communities and black and other underserved communities throughout the state of Arkansas.
We're speaking with Mr. Charles Stewart, the chairman of the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame Foundation, talking about all of the good work that the foundation is doing in the community and the COVID-19 relief initiative. I'm actually getting ready to put the website up on our live feed for those watching on Facebook. And of course, that website is, let me pull this up on my other screen. That website is arblackhalloffame.org. That's arblackhalloffame.org. When you click on it, a window will pop up. It has Arkansas nonprofits, where if you are a nonprofit, you can apply. And if you want to donate, as you just heard Mr. Stewart say, they are looking for donations so that they can give out more grants to more organizations. So if it is laid on your heart, please consider donating, or if you are a nonprofit that is helping out, please consider applying as well. So what are some of the specific criteria that you are looking for?
In the grant program, basically that you are a legitimate nonprofit organization, and we're looking for people that are working to address food insecurity or any issues that are caused as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Food insecurity, housing insecurity, household finance, physical and mental health care, education of our children and families that are connected again to the COVID-19 issue.
All right, and what can the funds be particularly used for?
Well, things like if there are food banks, if there are feeding programs in communities, if people are if there's an organization that works with people to assist with housing, we would think that would be eligible. And then sometimes there are organizations that are working with people on household finance, that if organizations know legitimately of people who are having difficulty paying their rent or paying for utilities or other household expenses, then I think that those are eligible. Now, we are not providing grants to individuals, but to organizations that are working with those individuals, and those organizations then would be able to, who are closer on the ground, would be able to make those determinations and then to help people where they're needed. And then also we know that there are a lot of people that are going through physical and or mental issues as a result of the stress and all of that. So there are organizations that might be providing counseling, that might be providing support for families that could apply and would be eligible to receive some of these funds. And then we know that, many times our children struggle in school anyway, and a lot of our households may not have all the wherewithal to educate to homeschool their kids. And so there are organizations that are working throughout the state to support the education and educational needs of our children that have been created by this pandemic.
All right, Mr. Stewart, have any grants been distributed so far, and also what is the time frame for the distribution of grants?
Well, we try to turn it around pretty quickly. We have distributed grants to so far, and this is just a small group of those, but just to show you the breadth of the distribution to Pine Bluff, the city of Pine Bluff, to the city of Sunset, to the Marshallese community, the South Pacific Islanders up in northwest Arkansas, to the city of Terrell, city of Gilmore, to Wilmot, Cotton Plant, Stamps, Camden, Conway County received grants. So it goes all over the state. And, where there are, as I said, communities who are typically underserved, we're trying to help address those needs for those communities and those individuals.
Speaking with Mr. Charles Stewart, chairman of the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame. And if you have a question or a comment for Mr. Stewart, he is on our phone, so we're not taking phone calls, but you can leave your questions or comments on our Facebook Live feed. And again, if you have a nonprofit organization, we definitely encourage you to apply for these funds so that if you are doing work in the community to help those dealing with COVID-19, this will just help stretch just a little bit further. And also, if you would like to donate, please consider donating, because they definitely definitely want to help as many organizations as possible. And you can go on the website. It's arblackhalloffame.org. It's arblackhalloffame.org. If you're watching on our Facebook live feed, I've just put the website back up. When you actually first go on it, you can click whether to donate or to apply. So what you're looking at on the screen is the information on the application. So I'm just kind of scrolling down here. It gives a little bit about what they're giving away. It's up to $1,000. It goes over the priorities, which he mentioned earlier, some of the uses that the funding can be used for. And you click the OK button, and if you look at it on the screen, it has the name of the organization, the type of organization, has to be either nonprofit 501c3, faith-based, civic, government, or other. Please specify. The address include main contact, title, city, state, zip code, email address, and phone number. Then under it says mini grant narrative, describe the needs to be used with these funds. Number 5, list the items that will be purchased. Number 6, the target population. These are people who will benefit from these funds. Example given: city employees, African American, Latino, Marshallese community, homeless shelters, etc. Number 7, how will items purchased with the funds be distributed? Number 8, requested amount not to exceed $1,000. And then finally, number 9, it says, if funded, will you add the statement, funding provided by a grant from the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame Foundation on any materials, correspondence, or social media platform. So as you see, it's a very easy application. And in the interest of full disclosure, the Voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, owner and licensee of KLEK 102.5 FM, has applied for these funds. However, it was not a condition of providing this interview. Even if we do not receive the funds, we still are providing this information to you as well. So, Mr. Stewart, is there anything that you may want to touch on that we may not have covered?
Well, just that we are appreciative to the community for the support that they have shown for the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame over the years. It has become really one of the most anticipated social events of the year. It is a black tie affair that's held in the city of Little Rock. The governor always is there. And it's just a great event. So we invite people to stay up on that, and as well as those who are contributing and helping us with with our GoFundMe campaign. We are about 50% towards our goal of the second $25,000. And as I said, we are looking to the Arkansas CARES Act for additional funding, and that will determine how long we will be able to continue this. But we will continue the program until the funds are no longer there. And we're just trying to do our part to help in this situation. And we just appreciate the opportunity that you are giving us to get the word out through your radio station.
And I'm looking on the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame website, which is arblackhalloffame.org. It says Party with a Purpose. It's going to be October 17th, 2020, 7 o'clock p.m. So going to see who's going to be inducted in the class of 2020. And if just looking right quick, if you click on honorees, it clicks all honorees, and got some heavy hitters on here. Some people that you may be familiar with, and some people that you may not have known about. I'm actually trying to get it to come up on the screen. It says view all inductees. Well, funny, I actually saw this earlier, so let me go back. I may not have the right.
Well, let me say this while you're looking at that. But the people that have gone in there, Johnny Taylor, and a lot of times people keep up with the entertainers, but also scientist, Dr. Oliver Baker from Tiller, Arkansas, who is now the chairman of the physics department at Yale University. And Dr. Baker led the Yale team in working on the Super Collider project, which proved the existence of Higgs boson, or what they call the God particle. And Wikipedia says that is the greatest discovery in the history of the world. And who would have thought that a person from Tiller, Arkansas, was a key part of that project. So there are just many, many great stories. And we also have let me plug this, a shameless plug. We have
Go
a
ahead.
book that's entitled Seeds of Genius, 25 Years of the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame, that you can purchase, and that information is on our website also. And the book is normally priced at $40, but we are pricing it now at $25 as a special. And it's a must-have. I think every home in the state of Arkansas, and certainly every black home, should have that book in their library, because it's the biographies and the stories of all of these individuals who've been inducted over the first 25 years of the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame. And the book is now in every high school in the state of Arkansas, and we have an organization that is looking to possibly fund putting it in every middle school, and we hope to eventually get it in every school in the state of Arkansas. But it's a must-have. It's called Seeds of Genius, 25 Years of the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame.
All right, you've heard it from the man himself, Mr. Charles Stewart, chairman of the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame Foundation, and I have definitely enjoyed chatting with you this morning, and definitely appreciate all of the work that you are doing for organizations throughout the state of Arkansas, especially those serving the underserved community. So if you have a nonprofit and you are helping people with COVID-19, go on that website, arblackhalloffame.org. That's arblackhalloffame.org. Click apply. It's a real easy application. Like I said, I filled it out for KLEK. Take you about 5-10 minutes to get it done. Or if you are so led in your spirit and you have some extra funds, that consider donating them to the Black Hall of Fame so that they can help more organizations throughout Arkansas. I want to see some organizations from Northeast Arkansas on that list. He named all of these other cities, but I didn't hear Jonesboro on that list. So let's get some applications from Jonesboro. So, Mr. Stewart, got any final shout-outs?
That's it. Thank you so much. Appreciate the work that you guys are doing in the community out there, and we just look forward to continuing to try to do good as the opportunity presents itself.
And we definitely appreciate you. Like I always said, we can't do it without the support of the community. So once again, Mr. Stewart, thank you so much for calling in. And thank each and every one of you for tuning in. This is another edition of Community Conversations. And this is KLEK on 2.5 FM.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Do you want a better family life?